Hello everybody, welcome back to salyantiques.co.uk. Now last year we did a series of YouTube videos of interesting things that came through, and we went into quite a fair bit of depth on most of those. We've come away from that a little bit, but today we're going to go into a bit of depth on the dreaded German World War II sniper rifles, the Mausers. We have them all here. We have our expert Jerry ready to talk to us. Hi Jerry.
Hello, hi Ross. Hi everyone.
We've got a selection here. They all look a little bit different. So perhaps, Jerry, you can tell us about the range we have here and the differences.
Sure. We will start from the lower end because we have here an example from 1937. This is actually marked still with the Weimar Republic's serial numbers. And what is very special about this particular rifle is the type of scope this fits. So, as you can see, it is a very elaborate system. It actually has two holes on each of the mounts in order to allow the sniper to use the iron sights in case he needs them. The interesting thing about this particular rifle is that obviously it is marked here with the 1937, and it doesn't feature that particular cover on the iron sights at the front, which is a bit unusual for this period because most of them would have had that. Going upward, we have a very unique piece. These are quite rare. This is a piece which is made in 1942 and actually bears a number of Waffen stamps. The interesting thing about this is that actually this is not a sniper rifle. This is a marksman rifle. We have the manufacturing codes of Mauser, which is letters BCC, sorry. And it's serial numbered and heavily stamped. And this scope is actually just magnifying 2 times. That's all it is. An interesting characteristic about the Mauser-made rifles is that all of them will have a cover on the iron sights. It's a specific thing to the Mauser factory because these were made in a lot of places. What I've read about these is that these marksman rifles were mainly issued to the Waffen-SS units, and there's few pictures with soldiers of the Waffen-SS using them on the Eastern Front. Right. So it's quite interesting. Later on they started to fit these scopes on a number of rifles, but for 1942 this is quite unique.
So these were given to the crack troops really, and it would help them to be more effective?
Yes.
And it's a step between the normal Mauser and the marksman?
Well, actually no, because this is the marksman rifle.
Yeah. The step between the normal and the sniper rifle.
Yes, right. Yeah, because each group will the German doctrine is based around the machine gun. So usually you have some machine gunners, and they will have about 7 or 9 soldiers in that particular company. They will fight together, they will carry ammunition. These soldiers will carry rifles, but one of them in the Waffen-SS will carry one of these marksman rifles for better accuracy. Going higher on our rank, we have another interesting model. Well, this is a piece which is made in 1941. But as you can see, is fitted with a ZFK scope, which was also used later. Well, actually, this is a scope used in the STG-43 and STG-44 assault rifles. And it's very interesting because this particular rifle, even if it's made in 41, was actually fitted with this particular scope. The nice part about this scope is that this is quite easy to remove. So you can take it out really easy like that, and then you have your normal rifle. Also, a particular thing about this is the fact that the safety is different, it's prolonged. So you have a longer safety lever, so you can actually reach it, because due to the scope, this is quite complicated. The scope will be in the way of you using the safety. Yeah. So then when you cock the rifle, then you want to turn it to safe, you should be able to do it easily.
I noticed that the sight, the way it's mounted, is offset.
It is, yes.
So that if they do still need to use the iron sights, they can do anyway with that.
Indeed, yeah. This is the interesting thing, because yeah, you can still use the iron sight. Not to say that this is offset also because it makes the loading easier. If you looked at our old example here, actually it's quite cumbersome to actually put the rounds. You still have to load them one by one, because you will not be able to insert the ammunition clip, and obviously is the case with this as well, but it makes it slightly easier to reload.
So these, every time they fire, they need to manually load another shell.
Another shell, indeed. We have another interesting example here, which also is deactivated to the current spec, meaning that the bolt is not engaging anymore. It's a shame, but that's the way it is. The interesting thing about this is also that the scope is on the rail, so it's very easy to get it out if you need to, and if you need to use the rifle as an infantry rifle rather than a scope rifle, you can do it straight away. With these type of mountings, would have been impossible.
That's fixed.
There's no way to actually take them out and use them. That's why the drilled holes to be able to allow you to actually use the iron sight. And obviously this is a Vienna scope as well. These were quite popular. This particular one is made in 42. They quickly discovered that the old type of sights were not very good, so they migrated to this system. There are two types of scopes like this. There's another one which is slightly more powerful than this. And the last example is another marksman rifle, like the one we've presented you before, but this is actually made in 1943. So this is a later example. One particular thing we have to notice about this is that with this marksman scope, you can't use your iron sights. There's no way to use your iron sights with this. This particular one actually has an SS mark on it. So Ross can confirm it.
Yes, SS.
There is an SS mark on this particular one, and also the scope is marked with SS. This particular scope also can be removed with ease. You just have to push a button and pull. This is a bit stiff, so I won't do it now, but basically will allow you to take the scope out quite easily. So usually the soldier will actually, the marksman will carry this scope in his backpack, and whenever needed, he'll just put it out straight away, put it on the rifle, give him, and that will give him a bit more accuracy. So this is our story with the Mauser rifles here. There'll be more to come, but that is it for now.
Thank you, Jerry. I think you'll find it very interesting. Terrible period with the snipers and marksmen. We've got all these available here with the different sights on, all on salyantiques.co.uk. Please have a look. It's thank you from me, and cheerio.
Thank you from me, and see you next time.